Today, every wrong step could bring disaster as our players attempt to cross this bridge and win a prize package worth over $5,000. Watch now as they brave the dangers to win a fortune on Pitfall. Hey, June, you've been here often enough to know you're standing on a pitfall. And Mona, now you know you are too. And now here's the man to guide you through all the pitfalls, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, John Barton. Hi, everyone. In just a moment, I'm going to go down there to join our two contestants. But first, let me remind all of you about our rules. I ask the questions. These people in the audience come up with the answers using little selector switches at each seat. The results are tabulated instantly on a computer, and then our players have to figure out what the audience's #1 response was. A tough job? We'll find out right now as we meet the players.
First, meet our challenger, Alex. She's a nursing student who's managed to squeeze in some pitfall games between scuba diving and jazz dancing and tennis lessons. And, well, here she is. Meet Mona Klein. And our champion who says she's going to keep coming back if she gets it right. But she really knows what she's doing on the ski hill. She's ski pro June Brandon.
Hello, players. June, nice to have you back again. Mona,
hi.
Welcome aboard. You look a little bit nervous, if you don't mind my saying. Is this your first time on television ever?
No, I was once filmed in a nursing class.
Okay, well, there's nothing to worry about on Pitfall because you don't have to do any work. The audience does. And every time you're correct in figuring out how they vote, you win a point.
Great.
And you'll earn some pit passes along the way. And if you should wind up playing our pitfall round, those passes are going to come in very handy.
Okay.
You ready to go?
Great.
All right, you can relax for a moment because June, as our returning champion, gets to give me the first consideration on this question. And we have a super choice for you, ladies and gentlemen. Men don't like women to wear too much what? Hairspray, makeup, perfume, or clothing? Vote on that right now, and let's get rolling here. June? What about it? Men don't want their women to wear too much of one of these things.
Well, I think this audience would probably say perfume, because there's nothing like smelling too strong.
They don't like
No, I don't think
a
guys like
strong
that.
odor of perfume, no matter what kind of perfume it is. All right, Mona, your turn to speak.
I don't know. I think makeup would probably be the answer.
Okay. You have made your choice. Now let's find out what choice the audience made. They said makeup. And that means you are in the lead, Mona. Doesn't that make you feel good?
Sure does.
And you're going to get to answer first on this question. You're with a group of your closest friends, and someone suggests a skinny dip. What are you going to do? You're going to say, let's go for it. Are you going to leave? Are you going to faint? Or will you politely decline? Or impolitely decline? Vote on that one. We'll get all the results into our computer. And Mona, you tell me, looking at this audience, what they would do in that kind of a situation. Remember, these are close friends.
Close friends.
Close friends. Let's go skinny dipping.
It looks like a young crowd. I say they'd go for it.
Go for it. The younger people would go for it. Do I take it that older folks would not go for it? Is that what you mean?
I think so.
All right, June, you're left with leave, faint, or decline.
Well, my dad's out there. He might faint. But I won't say that. I'll say decline.
Decline. All right. We've got both ends of the spectrum represented. Let's see what the audience would do in this situation. They'd go for it. They'd go skinny dipping. But I bet you they wouldn't do it on a day like today. Temperature is very cold and it's raining at the moment. To be really stylish, how many buttons should a man leave open on his shirt? All right? 1, none, 2, or 3. Going from none to 3. Man wants to be really stylish, June.
Well,
Macho man.
Yeah, I would say, gee. I would think 2. Alex, I'm going to say number 3.
He's going to leave 2 buttons open
Yeah.
to be really stylish.
Just,
Mona?
That's between 1 and 3.
yeah.
Well, 2 is between 1 and 3, but June selected 2, so you can't do that. What do you think?
I would say 3.
3 buttons if he's going to be really stylish. Audience, what do you think a stylish man is? One who has 3 buttons. Oh, boy, Mona's in the lead right now. She's got 3. No, she should have 2. Is it 2 or 3 points? 3 points. Boy, oh, boy. If a stranger told a woman that she was beautiful, she would feel what? Flattered, suspicious, embarrassed, or annoyed. We're talking about a stranger paying you a compliment. Vote on that one. Now, Mona, give me an answer.
Well, I think every woman that's given a compliment feels flattered.
That's the straight-ahead approach, and June seemed to agree with you, but unfortunately, she can't select flattered, so she's left with suspicious, embarrassed, or annoyed.
Well, maybe they'll blush a little bit and just say they're embarrassed.
All right. Audience, what did you say? A stranger pays you a compliment, says you're beautiful, and you're flattered by it, of course. That's 4 points for Mona. She's on her way to a clean sweep here.
Yeah.
When a group of women get together, what do you think they complain about the most? Kids, husbands, high prices, or new clothes? Let's hear the voting on that. As all the answers go into our computer. And June, it's complaint time for the women.
Well, I think with rising costs these days, I'll say high prices.
Mona?
Oh, definitely kids.
Kids, you're assuming they're married.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if most of the people who are voting in our audience are married, but we're going to find out right now as we get the answer to that question. They complain about husbands. No points. Yeah, the husbands come before the kids. Sure. That's the way I'd have gone. We're going to talk about men for a moment now. Men are most vulnerable when? When they're sexy, when they're hungry, when they're drunk, or when they're naked. They're most vulnerable. Go ahead and vote on that, ladies. You've seen vulnerable men. You know when that happens. Mona?
That's a hard one. I think I'll go with number 3, drunk.
When they're drunk, they're most vulnerable.
Most
June?
vulnerable. Well, let's say sexy.
When they're sexy.
I don't know why, but that looks like a sexy kind of audience.
Okay. I might have gone for when they're naked, they're most vulnerable. But I'm not playing the game, or am I? Let's find out right now. Audience, what did you say? Men are most vulnerable when they are drunk, and that's 5 points for Mona, and she's our new champion. Congratulations to you. Welcome aboard this side. You and I are going to take a ride, June. You have no reason to complain because you're leaving Pitfall with $2,800 in cash. You were a good champion.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Good luck, Mona.
And now we're going to back off here and return after some important commercial messages. New champion Mona Klein says she's shaking. Is it obvious? I don't think so. You know, you're the first champion we've had on Pitfall in quite a few days who has gotten 3 pit passes in the match. That's good news for you because if you are correct in spotting the pitfalls, those booby-trap sections, and then you're good at giving me correct answers to the questions, you're going to make it all the way across the bridge and win a big prize.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. All right, we're going to turn around, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, the pitfalls, those bad sections, will light up twice. The 5 good sections will light up 1 time only. Dim the lights for me and Mona. Here we go. All right, do you think you spotted the 3 pitfalls? I'll look them over again. Number 5 is one of them.
And 7.
And 1 more.
And 2.
5, 7, and 2. Mona, let me take you away from all of this. It's been quite a few days since I've had to review the rules for a new champion up here because we had June as our champ for quite a few matches. So let me remind you that every time you give me a correct answer, you'll move forward 1 square. You'll add $100 in cash to your winnings. You've got 3 pit passes to use. So if you think a square is booby-trapped, you give me the pit pass, you'll be allowed to move across in safety. We're going to put 100 seconds up on the clock, and we hope you'll make it to this end of the bridge because if you do, you'll get to enjoy this fabulous prize.
You and a friend will be on your way to sunny Playa Blanca, Mexico. Mona, your vacation package includes round-trip airfare, ground transportation, 3 weeks double accommodation and meals. And Mona, your prize is worth $5,080.
Are you ready to go, Mona?
I think so.
You have a lovely smile. I hope you have plenty to smile about after this segment of our program. 100 seconds, please, on the clock. And here we go. What gives Popeye his strength?
Spinach.
Spinach is right. You can move on to number 1, and you are safe with $100. Who was the first baseball player to hit 60 home runs in a single season?
Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth is the right answer.
I have a
Yes,
pit
indeed.
pass.
Going to give me the pit pass for number 2. You're going to cross that, and you wind up on number 3, and you're safe for $300. What is the name of the famous geyser in Yellowstone National Park?
Oh, pass.
Old Faithful. Name the musical group that backs up Gladys Knight.
The Pips.
The Pips. That's the right answer. You go to number 4, and that's safe. Who wrote the novel The Old Man and the Sea?
Pass.
Ernest Hemingway. What is the Boy Scouts' motto?
Honor?
No, be prepared. What city is known as the Eternal City?
Bethlehem.
No, Rome.
Rome.
In the movie, how many days did it take David Niven to go around the world?
Ooh. 24.
No, same as in the book. 80 days. During what course would you be served your zabaione?
I have no idea.
Dessert. Who was Robin Hood's girlfriend?
Marion.
Marion, that's the right answer. You give me a pit pass for number 5, and you'll come across to number 6. And you're safe there with $600. What is the name of ex-Beatle Paul McCartney's new band?
Wings.
Wings is the right answer. You give me a pit pass for number 7, and you go to number 8, and all we need is one more correct answer. Where would a lady wear her Peter Pan?
Oh, underneath.
No, around her neck. It's a type of collar. In what sport does Jack Nicklaus compete? Golf is the right answer. Oh, 4 seconds to spare. You did it. Way to go. All right, Mona. A $5,080 holiday for you. A super vacation. And just in the nick of time because we have to pause for some important messages right now. And while we leave you, we'll show you where those pitfalls were. She made the right choice. Let's look at them. Number 2, number 5, and number 7. Well, the theory was certainly borne out by the facts in that pitfall round. If you can pick up 3 pit passes in a match and spot the pitfalls correctly and then come across with a lot of correct answers to our questions, the odds are you're going to win a big prize. And that was the case for Mona Klein, over $5,000. And now she gets to defend her title against this challenger.
She's a pharmaceutical worker who says she plays a sharp game of pool and a mean game of baseball and great pitfall. She's Rose Miller.
Lady who likes to compete, who likes sports.
Love to.
What's your favorite pool game?
Snooker.
Snooker, the big table, huh? That's tough. I always had trouble with those. Mona, are you ready to go?
Oh, yes.
As the champion, you know this time you get to consider the audience's response first before the challenger. Didn't matter in the last game. You got 5 points. That was a very impressive win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We want you to think about parties for a moment. And you tell me what kind of parties consistently prove better than others. Are they hot tub parties, number 1, birthday parties, number 2, anniversary parties, number 3, or impromptu parties, number 4? Vote on that one. And Mona, you've had a moment to think about it, so tell me what this audience came up with as their favorite response to the question.
I always have more fun at impromptu parties.
All right, and you're assuming that the folks in the audience do too. Rose?
Well, I would say birthday parties.
Birthday parties. I noticed both ladies stayed away from the hot tub parties. And the question was, what kind of parties consistently prove better than others? Obviously, there aren't that many hot tub parties. So we've got a choice with impromptu and birthday. What did the audience say? They said impromptu, and that means the champion takes a point. Since we're talking about parties, let's consider for a moment that you're at one, and you see someone kind of sexy. What's the best way to get that person's attention? Is it to smile, to wink, to speak, or to beckon in some way? That doesn't mean, hey, notice me. Just to beckon, all right? Vote on it. They've done their work. Rose, you do yours now.
I would say smile.
Smile, that's the best way to get their attention. Mona?
I tend to agree with wink.
A little wink. That sounds like someone who's with a date and doesn't want the date to know, so you just wink at the sexy person across the room. Audience, what did you say? You said smile. You went with what I would think would be the obvious answer to that question. All right, a point for each of our players. I'll eat, and I'm talking about myself now, I'll eat almost anything, but you couldn't pay me enough to eat one of these. Cow's tongue, calf's brain, pig's knuckles, or sweetbreads. Okay, put yourself in my position. We couldn't pay you enough to eat which one of these. They've done their task. They have voted. Mona?
I wouldn't want to eat any of them, but I think pig's knuckles would do it.
Pig knuckles? They're kind of tasty. Rose?
I would say calf's brain.
Calf's brain? That's not so tasty. All right, audience, you wouldn't want to eat which one of these 4 items? Calf's brain. Yeah, there's something about brain. It's nice to be impressed by a good brain, but you don't want to have to eat it. Rose, you're the challenger. You're leading 2 points to 1 as we go to this question. We establish many traditional rituals, but which of these rituals do you think we could really do without? Marriage, funerals, birthdays, or anniversaries? Go ahead, vote quickly on that if you would, ladies and gentlemen. And now, Rose, you tell me. We're going to have to do without one of these. Which one?
Funerals.
We could do without funerals?
Yeah,
what would you do with the bodies? Just throw them in a hole and throw them in the ocean?
Nobody likes funerals.
Nobody likes funerals, so we could do without them. Just hide the body. We'll find it someday. Mona.
Everybody likes birthdays.
They do?
I think so.
Boy, I've known a lot of people who don't like them, particularly in their later years.
I say marriage.
Don't you love that, folks? Well, everybody likes birthdays, but I'll say marriage. Okay, we've got funerals and marriage represented by our players, and the audience said funerals. They agreed with Rose, and she's got 3 points. Boy, I'd retire tomorrow, and I bet a lot of you would, too, if only you had more what? Money, interest, guts, or creativity? Give me a vote. All right, they've done their little task. Mona?
Straight for the money.
Grab the bucks.
That's right.
Give me a lot of dough and watch me go. Rose?
I would say guts, because if I had guts, I would retire tomorrow.
You'd retire tomorrow if you had the
Certainly.
guts,
That's
even
right.
without the money.
That's right.
Of course, without the money, you'd need the guts. Audience, what did you say on this? You said money. Going to the obvious. 2 points for Mona. She's moving up on you, Rose. Watch out. You'll get to answer first on this question. You meet an old acquaintance on the street. He remembers your name, but you can't remember his. Are you going to ask him? Are you going to ignore the subject altogether? Are you going to leave, or are you going to take a guess at it? What would you do? How would you handle the situation? Happens to people all the time. Rose?
Well, I would ask him.
Ask him his name.
Certainly.
Okay. Mona?
Oh, no, I'm going to ignore it completely.
Ignore it completely and hope that somewhere along the line he'll mention it. Let's see. Audience, you have a choice. You said ignore it. By golly, it's all tied. That signal means we're out of time, and because it's tied right now, this question will probably decide the championship. I am really unbearable when I'm waking up, when I'm sick, when I'm tired, or when I'm moody. You're talking about yourselves now. Vote on that. And Mona, you're in the driver's seat because you get to speak first and make your selection.
Can you repeat that, please?
You're really unbearable
Unbearable.
when you're one of these. Waking up sick, tired, or moody.
Neither. But I'll go with
Neither
waking
has
up.
to do with 2. We've got 4. Rose, she's selected number 1. She's unbearable when she's waking up. You're unbearable, or you think this audience is, when? Hurry, please.
Moody.
When they're moody. Let's find out what the audience had to say. They came up with this answer. Waking up. And that means, Mona, you retain your crown as our champion on Pitfall. Way to go. It took a little while to do it, but you did with 4 points. Rose, thank you for joining us on the program. Commercial break time right now, and then we return with a Pitfall round. Stay tuned. Well, with 3 pit passes, Mona Klein, our champion, won a $5,000 prize. What's she going to do with 2 pit passes? We'll find out in a few moments. But first, we have the light show. The bad ones light up twice. The good ones, and there are 5 of them, will light up 1 time only. You ready?
Ready.
Turn around. We're going to dim the lights. Here we go. And it's over. Select 2 pit passes.
Go 1.
Gonna go number 1.
And
Gonna go
6.
number 6.
And 7.
Wait a minute, you can't do that. You only earned 2 of them, you little sneak. No, trying to slip one by the old professor. Well, I'll tell you what, it was a good try. But I hope you wind up winning anyway, because we have a fabulous prize for you.
For your home, you'll receive a quality dining room suite with table, 4 chairs, china hutch, and sideboard in beautifully crafted oak. And for your floors, 30 yards of luxurious deep pile carpeting. Mona, for your kitchen, a large capacity 3-door refrigerator freezer, bringing the value of your prize to $5,015.
And don't be embarrassed by trying to do that, Mona. I've done enough game shows in my time, and I've seen contestants, they suddenly forget what they're doing. You all set to go? You got them in the right order? 100 seconds on the clock, please, and we're off and running with this question. What is Dr. Frankenstein's first name?
Doctor.
No, it's Victor, whose motto was all for one and one for all.
I don't know.
The Three Musketeers. In what town was the television series Gunsmoke set?
Dallas?
No, Dodge City.
Dodge City.
On television, who is Carol O'Connor better known as?
Archie.
Archie, that's right. Archie Bunker. You give me a pit pass, you move across number 1 onto number 2, and you're safe for $200. Some years ago, it was illegal to make or buy liquor in the United States. What did they call those terrible times?
Bootlegging.
No, they called them prohibition. In what play did Marlon Brando appear as Stanley Kowalski? A Streetcar Named Desire. Rome is said to be built on how many hills?
3.
No, 7. In what sport would we find the designated hitter?
Baseball.
Baseball is right. You can leave number 2, move to number 3, and by golly, you're safe. In the Disney feature cartoon, what is the name of Pinocchio's cricket friend?
I don't know.
Jiminy.
Jiminy.
In the Peanuts comic strip, what does Linus carry around with him for security?
A blanket.
A blankie. Yes, indeed. You go from 3 to 4. And that's a pitfall, and you've got 27 seconds, and it's dropping. And so are you right now, but we can stop the clock with a correct answer. What is the inspector's name in the movie The Pink Panther?
Clouseau.
Clouseau's right. Stop the clock. Bring her up. 16 seconds to go. You've got one more pit pass. With what sport do you associate Dorothy Hamill?
Skating.
Skating is right. Move on to number 5. Let's see if that's safe. It is. Who was the host of The Tonight Show before Johnny Carson?
Jack Parr.
Jack Parr is right. Give me the pit pass for number 6. You can move across to number 7. In professional hockey, we're out of time, and we've got to say goodbye, but you wound up with $700, and that's pretty good going. Means you have close to $6,000 overall in prizes, and you'll come back on our next Pitfall. So long, everybody. Have a good day.
Pitfall guest accommodation is provided by the Inn at Denman Place in Vancouver. In a class by itself, quiet elegance, careful service, and the experience of a unique hotel, the Inn at Denman Place near English Bay and Stanley Park.